Economic experts have criticized the monetary policies of the Central Bank of Nigeria as one of those many platforms for compounding inflation in Nigeria. A case in point is the earning from the sale of crude oil denominated in the dollar and converted to the naira before sharing amongst components of Federal Accounts Allocation Committee (FAC). Experts maintain that the Central Bank of Nigeria, in another development, unilaterally determined the value of the naira to the dollar in an economy already flooded with the naira.
The bottom line really is that if we had managed the naira exchange rate much more sensibly, Nigeria would have given Dubai a run for their money, because in the period we are talking about, Dubai did not earn significantly much more than what we earned from oil.
Experts, however, suggested that in place of distribution of cash and warehousing the dollar at the CBN, a certificate should have been issued to the tune of what a state is entitled to. This can subsequently be utilized to make payments for international transactions.
The greatest obstacle to the Nigerian economy in the past, the present, and the future will probably remain the poor, inappropriate management of the naira exchange rate. You will ask yourself, for example, the sort of contradictions that exist historically with the management of the.
It will be recalled that the Monetary Policy Committee recently reduced the MPR to 13.5%. And now the business news. The federal government has projected key assumptions in running the 2019 budget. Director General Budget Office of the Federation, Ben Akabweze, rolled out figures for the key assumptions during a public hearing on the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, MTEF, organized by the House of Representatives Joint Committee on Finance Appropriation, AIDS, Loans and Debt Management. Akabweze said the 2019 budget was expected to run at nominal GDP of 139.65 trillion naira and 3.01% of GDP growth rate. He noted that other key assumptions of micro framework of the budget were based on a projection of 2.3 million barrels per day oil production, oil price benchmark of $60 per barrel, exchange rate of 305 naira to a dollar, 9.98 inflation rate, and 119.28 trillion naira nominal consumption. Similarly, Economic Recovery Growth Plan (ERGP) also projected oil production at 2.4 million barrels per day, oil price benchmark of $50 per barrel, exchange rate of 305 naira to a dollar, 13.39 inflation rate, 106.03 trillion naira nominal consumption, 126.36 trillion nominal GDP, and 4.5% GDP growth rate. Still on the business news, the Federal Executive Council has approved a new scheme that is targeted at creating employment for 60,000 Nigerians aged between 18 to 25 years. The Minister of Budget and Planning, Udoma, announced this while briefing State House correspondent at the end of the meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. The new scheme, called the Empower Knowledge Multi-Track Youth Empowerment Program, he said under the scheme, 12,000 unemployed or underemployed graduates aged between 18 to 25 years will be trained and given relevant devices afterwards. The training will be on mobile computing and commonly used electronic devices. Udoma added that the program will be open to all unemployed graduates under the National Social Program. Over now to the stock market report. Stockbrokers, acting on the instructions of investors, traded in a total of 543 million ordinary shares valued at 5.7 billion naira. When the closing bell rang, Sterling Bank PLC led the activity chart with 144 million ordinary shares valued at 348 million naira. FCMB PLC came second on the activity chart with 68 million ordinary shares valued at 125 million naira. Nestle Nigeria PLC topped the Guinness chart with 50 naira to close trading at 1,450 naira. Nigerian Breweries PLC came second with a 31 kobo gain to close at 60 naira. However, Dangote Cement led the pack of losers with a drop of 3 naira to close trading at 190 naira. International Breweries PLC dropped 2 naira 50 kobo to close dealings at 23 naira 50 kobo. Osha Index closed today's trading at 29,668.73 points, all in a total of 4,144 transactions, while market capitalization came to a close at 11.1 trillion naira. And that's the size of our package. From the Lagos studios of IATV, I am Adegboyega Labiron, thanking you for having stayed tuned and handing you over to our studios in Ibadan for the next segment of the news. Good evening.